Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Bagpipe Tricks and Tips. Today I'm going to be showing you how to properly oil a set of bagpipes. I get asked this question quite a lot, and sometimes I get it from very experienced players. Sometimes I get it while I'm just walking down the street. Hey handsome guy.
What?
How do you properly oil a set of bagpipes?
I'll tell you how you properly oil a set of bagpipes. You're going to need a few different things. The first thing you're going to need is some oil. The oil I use is from Dr. Bohr. I'll put a link down in the description. This stuff is pretty expensive, but it goes a long ways. Don't know if you can see. You see the little air bubble at the top? I have oiled 2 sets of bagpipes and that's all it's used. I think this guy's around $30, $35 US. You're going to need a brush, an instrument brush. This will come in handy when you're doing the chamber areas. You'll need a pull through. This is just a little cloth, almost like a chamois, and with a string, and it has a weight at the end of it. Whenever you buy these, this end is a little bit too wide to go down the narrow parts of the small bores on the lower joints, so I just trim it. And I believe you can get these from most bagpipe shops or even a music shop. And the last thing you're going to need is a set of bagpipes, because if you don't have those, I don't know why you're watching this video. Okay, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to actually oil the outside of your bagpipe before you do the bores. And the reason for that is wood has great crushing strength, but not very good expansion strength. All right, here's some screen grabs of the stats on some of the more common woods we use for bagpipes. This first one is Gaboon Ebony, and it shows its crushing strength, its hardness, and its density. The next one is Cocos Wood. There's not a lot of stats on Cocos Wood, and my guess is because they don't want to destroy such expensive wood. The next one is African Blackwood. It is considered by most woodwind manufacturers to be the best wood for making their instruments out of. African Blackwood's stats are pretty impressive. I mean, it would definitely be a first or second round draft pick. The next wood we come to is Cocobolo, which is relatively new on the bagpipe scene. And if you look at its crushing strength, you can tell it's doing pretty okay. I mean, if this wood were a person, it would be crushing it in its career. It'd be crushing it in its relationship, crushing it off the golf tee, crushing the stock market, crushing it in real estate. I mean, it's a great wood, but you probably wouldn't want to invite this guy over for a holiday party because this wood can crush some beers too. Hey guys, what's up? You guys having a party? Mind if I come in? Hey Gaboon, how you doing? How you doing? Blackwood, good seeing you. Good game. Hey Cocoswood, how you doing? Yeah, sorry about the last party. Bro, get out of here. We don't want you here. You always drink all of our beer and you make a fool of yourself. You're gone. So the oil is going to fill in all the pores or the voids of the wood where there's air. And you can imagine that if you were to do the inside first, as the oil is expanding or going into the wood, it could potentially expand. That's not a good angle there, but it could potentially expand the wood outward, causing it to crack. So the first thing you're going to want to oil is the outside. So take your oil and you maybe put a couple dabs on your pull through and be sure to put the cap back on. This stuff's too expensive to accidentally knock over. And you're going to just simply wipe it on there. Now, I've got 2 pieces of wood here, 2 bottom joints, and I just oiled only a little bit of this one. And I'm not going to do all of it right now, and I'll show you why. Because, I'm sorry, I bumped it. The reason is that you're going to want to oil this several times, these pieces several times, and it takes a while for the oil to soak in. So this piece has been oiled, and I hope you can see it with the sunlight coming in, and you can see how shiny it is. And then this piece, I just oiled only the top part right there. I don't think we're going to get a good angle on it. Maybe you can see, actually the tuning pin is probably better. The one on the right's oiled and the one on the left isn't. So what I do is I will oil this piece, all of my pieces in the morning, and then I come back, and what I'll do is I will take one piece like this one here and I'll oil it, and then I'll compare it with the other pieces that I oiled in the morning, but in the afternoon I didn't. And if I notice that they're both shiny, or it doesn't change when I oil the new piece, meaning that the old piece is just as shiny as the piece that I oiled in the afternoon, it means that it's stopped taking on the oil into the wood. And from there, that's when I move on to doing the inside bores. Okay, so once you've oiled the outside of your pipes several times and you notice that when you come back in the afternoon from oiling it in the morning, it's still just as shiny, you can still see there's a coat of oil on it, that's when you move to the inside. And you're going to take your pull through and put a little, 3 or 4 more dabs of oil on it. And you're going to use this weight. Hopefully I can do this without bumping the camera. You're going to take your piece and just drop this weight down in the bore. Let it come out the other side, and then just pull it through. That's why it's called a pull through, I guess. I mean, whenever I get it to where it sticks out the other side, I'll tend to grab this little bit right here and I'll give a twist to make sure I'm coating the inside really well. So I'll do that, then I'll flip it around and do the same thing again, but going the other direction. So, and this is the same, I do use the same system for this as I do for the outside, meaning that I'll oil the inside in the morning, and then I'll check later on in the afternoon by looking down the bore to see if it looks just as shiny. And once you've done that to a point where it's no longer taking on oil, you are pretty well set from there to go ahead and start playing them. I forgot to mention about doing the chamber bores and where the instrument brush comes in. Because this pull through is so narrow, it doesn't really do much for the chamber bores. So I'll just take this guy, and instead of trying to stuff it in this way, I'll wrap my brush, and this brush does a good job of grabbing onto it. And I'll wrap my brush and just send that down there and coat it around like that. And that kind of ensures that you get oil everywhere. I even do, if you have open ferrules or wooden drone tops, I'll do that right there. This set of pipes has wooden tops for the bushes, and I'll oil that. And you can also get this in, especially if you have bigger bushes, you can get it in and you can get your pinky in there and even do the bell area. So that's trying to get every bit of this coated as much as possible. Okay, so why do you want to oil your pipes? The reason you want to oil your pipes is to prevent them from cracking. Wood has pores in it, and those pores are just voids where air or moisture can get into it. And the way that wood cracks is that it has too much moisture in it, and that moisture leaves too quickly. So I have a lot of people tell me, oh, I don't need to oil my pipes because I live somewhere where it's humid. Okay, yeah, but do you ever leave that area, go on a bagpipe trip somewhere where maybe it's drier? That's where you're going to have real problems, because your pipes have taken on a lot of moisture in those voids. And let's say you were to go somewhere like Arizona or Southern California where it's dry for a competition and it was hot one day, your pipes are more prone to cracking because they have moisture in them, and then it leaves too quickly. So that's why I keep my pipes oiled. Thanks for tuning into this episode. Be sure to check out the next one. I'll be showing you how to properly hemp a set of pipes. All
All right, any questions, leave them in the comments down below. Thanks.